Well, howdy everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be starting, I'm sure you're all surprised, but a Supreme One Chunk Iron Man. One of the most oversaturated but fun game mode there is. You might be thinking, ooh, is your starting chunk going to be the little mine of Lumbridge where you're sitting at? And the answer is no. That is not where we're going to start. Where I'm going to be starting is somewhere that I don't believe I've seen anyone else start. I could be wrong though. I haven't seen every video on YouTube, of course. But I'm going to be starting in the Ruins of Camdozaal. And the reason I decided to start there is because it is a piece of content I have never really explored. On my main, not on my Iron Man. Just never had a reason to. When it came out, all my accounts were already way too far ahead and it just was completely unnecessary. I thought, hey, why the heck not? You know, I've done a little investigating and it has some interesting things as some fishing slash prayer training, some mining slash smithing, some combat, and it has these really cool vaults, which if you do not know, has this like maze thing you can run and it gives you prizes. And I think that would just be a neat way to start the account. So I plan to re-log all of the things here, such as get the Camdo hammer, the Bear Knight mace, and I just think it'll be a fun chunk to start at. So interesting thing about this is that to get there, you just have to do a quest. But that quest requires 16 quest points, which is kind of annoying. As you know, most one chunks have exceptions and the like, and I guess this will be mine. It's not nearly as bad as like that guy that started in Kryptonus. About a lot of things. Here I just need 16 quest points and I should be good to go. I've decided I'm going to do a few free-to-play quests because there are some like Romeo and Juliet and Black Knight Fortress. There's the chicken. That don't give you any experience, it just gives you some good quest points. In fact, Romeo and Juliet gives you 5, which is nice. But then I took a look around, so it's just short quest points by 4. And there's some quests that are worth like 1 or 2, even on the members things, that I could do and make it up to the 16 without gaining any extra XP and whatnot. However, that would expend a lot more exploration and going around the map and interacting with more things. So I have decided that I am just going to do Goblin Diplomacy. Now sadly that will get me a little bit of experience in crafting. It doesn't really unlock anything super special. It's pretty close to my starting chunk, so realistically I could roll it pretty darn soon after I finish Camdozaal itself. So I'm not too worried about, you know, the integrity of it, because in the long run, that 300 experience in crafting might give it a little start, but it's not going to be anything game breaking or changing. So that's why I decided there. And I'll be asking, why am I standing there? Well, in order to get through the quest, it says you can have a combat level 15 or 10 mining. The 10 mining is to mine the pillars on the quest so you don't have to kill the big golem thing. So I figured that would be the fastest way to get into the grind. So I decided to go 10 mining to start with. And with this last copper, if it ever decides to go, that will be 10 mining. Of course, it's taking forever and ruining my clip. doing? Oh, there he is. Hey, look! Level 10! Ooh, who saw that coming? Anywho, I can now mine tier 1 stars. That's nice. I won't be using that as a main training method, it's too crazy. Anywho, now that that is done, I'm going to go and do the rest of those quests. I will be back if anything fun is happening. Peace. Well, quest number 1 done. Ernest the chicken. I'm sure y'all remember that from your childhoods or one of your many failed hardcore Iron Man. Not that that's why I know, but we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, we got a huge old 4 quest points, and also semi-important is 300 coins. That'll be important for making dice for Goblin Diplomacy. And on to the next bit. I wasn't going to turn the recording back on just quite yet, but you know, when this banger comes on, I just gotta share it with y'all. Unironically, the best song in old school RuneScape. I'm sure everyone saw Mod Ash playing that with that rock guy. That was pretty funny. It just never gets old. I don't remember how many whip parents I need. Anyway, it was just for the song. You're all welcome. So, while I am inefficiently doing quests, I just finished Earth of Chicken, got some wood leaves, some stuffs, I got some cabbages for Black Knight's Fortress. I figured I would show you why I think the Ruins of Camdozaal will be interesting. So, inside these, like I already semi-explained, is a whole bunch of stuff, including a sacred forge, which you will be able to sacrifice some shards that you'll gather, and you'll be able to do some buffs. So, the longer you stay there, the better the whole place is, which is kind of neat. There's a bank there, which is hella nice because I don't want to be about that UIM life. Combat, there's some golems I can train on. Gonna have to do some flinch methods with them to start out with, I'm sure. They can drop the Varrock Guard, which you need for the mace, and they drop rune crafting cores, which are super interesting, especially considering the mind altar is right next to where I am. It's right there. It's right there. But the reason it is so neat is because what these cores will do is they'll give you 10 times the amount of runes for like a pure essence would. So if I use this core at the mind altar, instead of getting 1 minder, I'm going to get 11. And there's one for body and one for chaos runes, which is just kind of just a neat thing, I guess I should say. There's some mining. There's going to be some beginning things, which thankfully I'll already be at level 10 due to the requirements for the quest. And then I'll have to get to Baronite Rocks, which are 14. And this is gonna have the same thing for gems, but it's gonna do shards and deposits. These deposits I'll ever be able to break and be able to get some stuff. If we take a look here, break them, gonna get more shards, the head, the Camdo Hammer broken variant, and all sorts of different things. So mining and breaking those is going to be important. Next is smithing. There's an anvil there. Not sure about the bar thing. I don't know if we could use the sacred forge as a furnace. I'll have to try that out. But there is going to be a anvil there, which could make for some super fun grinds, depending on what kind of ores we get to smelt. But it'd be really nice to be able to make the hammer. Fishing, this is what I was saying. There's a small fishing net spawn there, and there's a knife spawn there, and what you'll be doing is you'll be catching these fish, and instead of cooking, quote unquote, you're preparing them, and then you'll be offering them to the altar for prayer experience. All the way up to 46. And then they have some regular fish things, some cavios, spawns. You can get a fishing rod from the maze thing, the vault. And that's all I was telling you about. We can get some stuff. We'll pop into there right quick. Die. Onion, grab an extra. I'll grab the wines for some food because I just don't want to die. Actually, it's probably for more food restocks. So let's go to the vaults. So the vaults, you have these different colored barriers. What you have to do is you have to enter in there, make your way through the maze, and gather these lock boxes. And if you look at the lock boxes, this is where we're gonna get some of the stuff we'll need to start things out. So we'll do our bait, our tinderbox, the fishing rod, some logs and feathers for fletching, all sorts of iron stuff, mythos stuff, adamant stuff, and that's where some of our chunk tasks come in to equip some things. And if we look at more lock boxes, we got like wizard hats, a steel axe, which would be a nice upgrade, air talismans. Was the mine talisman on the spot? So let's see, that'd be kind of neat. Okay, so mine talisman is not in the box. Okay, let's go back to that one. What else we got? Oop. Don't give me no experience. Okay, I want to get agility experience. That would be cheatins. I got 2 of these in case I accidentally eat it because I'm stupid. And then let's see. So this lockbox will also get you some planks, which is cool if I ever get to start some construction. A steel pickaxe, which would be an upgrade from the bronze one, which I'll be able to get in the. I still have this one, but I'll drop it after I finish the quest. But I'll be able to pick up another bronze pickaxe immediately, so it'd be nice to have an upgrade. It looks like the same. Well, actually, I think they removed the iron stuff, if I'm not mistaken. And the last one is the ornate lockbox. And energy potions, which is kind of cool. And some gems. Looks like they removed the steel stuff, so it starts at black. And that is about it. Oh, this one does have the mine talisman, so depending on where I roll, I might be able to start, actually, how big that is. The mind altar already in my chunk? Actually, it is. So, if I get that and get some of those mine things, I'll be able to craft some mine runes, which is kind of nice. I'll have to find some air staff and be set on the magic training for a minute. In case you didn't notice, you didn't have to, you don't have to do rune mysteries to be able to craft runes. You just need to be able to go to the essence mine and mine there. So that's something neat I learned at some point in life, but who knows when. I think I have rambled long enough. Oh, I guess I have this pulled up so we can kind of look at it. I was able to manually add in the Ruins of Camdozaal in there. so that I could see the one of the clanmates just lost their last life and they became a regular group Ironman on my main. That was kind of funny. Anyway, so I was able to add the Ruins of Camdozaal into this because now they would not think that you could do it starting in this chunk. So if we look at it, we have wheeled adamant weapons, cooked meats. I guess there's the bear there, so that'll probably be it. Ooh, I'll probably have to kill the bears to level 7 cooking. That would be super fun. You need 7 cooking to prepare that first fish, which I already got the lamp slash wait for the bob random to be able to fish them, but it's nice that I don't have to do anything. Then let's see here. We're out of armor. We already saw we get that. Burn oak logs. I can get the tinder box and the axe from that beginner casket thing. Oh, excuse me. That beginner casket thing. Mine, Baronite rocks. Only 14. 58 thieving. Climb the permanent wall north of Falador. I don't know if you need the Grim Tells thing. I also don't know how they expect me to get to 58 thieving, so interesting. Unless you can pickpocket these guys. I don't know. I'll have to check that one out. Maybe put that on the backlog, because who the heck knows on that. Thieving. Woodcutting, chop with steel axe, so get the axe from the thing. Gotta get my best in slot prayer is the mace. Plate bodies, red cape. I feel like that's from a goblin or something. Adamant plate legs, kite shield, blue wizard robes, square shield. Ooh. The clue step everyone had trouble with. Make an oak shield, iron dagger. Then we have to get the Baronite guard. Unlock the charms, which are the buffs. Kind of looks like it doesn't think I can do some of the tasks, otherwise it would have the other Baronite stuff popped out, which we'll be able to get it all, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That is our chunk test, so I'm gonna continue on, and I'll see you guys when I see ya. Well, hello again. I bet you didn't expect to see me so soon, which is kind of silly since I just paused the recording and it's been literally 0 seconds free, so never mind. Anywho, I just wanted to show y'all a neat trick. I guess Quest Hopper lets you know now, but I discovered this a long time ago, before Quest Hopper was cool. There's actually the goblin armor in some chests here, which makes it very convenient, so you don't have to go kill a bunch of goblins to try to get the armor for the quests. That would just be super silly of you. And you don't need that. And boom, there's the quest. Easy peasy. Well, no, but you gotta do much talking. I just wanted to show you that cool stuff because I thought it was cool. And then Quest Hopper makes it too easy, but I couldn't live without Quest Hopper now, so it doesn't matter. Bye. And to my eternal shame, I've gained 200 crafting experience. Oh well, time to move on. Here we have our first random. It's gonna be a mine. As everyone that knows or watched, everyone that's known, watched, or performed a One Chunk Man knows that lamping is super important because it will get you through some of the early levels. We're probably using ours on fishing or cooking so I can get to the fish early enough. After that, I'm not sure what I'll be doing. I was watching box. Apparently I'm done. Anyway, bye. Well, I'm back. I got the super spiffy mine topping boots. I guess those boots are not my bestest thought. I do not want to talk about how long that took me to actually finish. It was embarrassing. They kept getting distracted. That's all. And we're about to finish the Romeo and Juliet quest for another easy 5 points. Romeo, your girl, she did. But really? Gonna finish this up and then just Black Knight Fortress left. Now you might be asking, what the hell is he doing in Numbridge? He was just gonna go to Black Knight's Fortress. And yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I have decided that, well, one, that quest just annoys me. But two, I've decided to X marks the spot since I only need one more point to be able to do the quest, not more like I expected. Yes, because of the update where they allowed Tutorial Island to count as a quest. Anyway, the reason, wow, it seems like every time I talk it is a yawn. Yes, it is 5 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, the reason I have decided to do X marks the spot is for a couple reasons. No, it's not because of the lamp. It's just a little lamp that I am not going to even use. It is for food boxes. Anyone that does chunks knows that juggling clue boxes, clues in your trunk is the only way to unlock clues. And I'm not sure if I will always be able to juggle, so it'd be nice just to be able to hold on to one extra clue. So that is literally the entire reason I have decided to do this quest, is just so I can have one extra clue in my inventory or bank, and then I can juggle them when needed a little easier. And really, Black Knight's Fortress wasn't going to do much for me anyway. I have unlocked some training areas if I unlock that chunk next, but I think if I unlock that chunk next to mine, let's see here. Let's watch some stuff inside. Yeah, if I unlock that chunk, which would unlock the Black Knight Fortress for the most part, it would unlock a 99 prayer grind. So that would just be the least of my worries if I rolled that chunk, is being able to get into the Black Knight Fortress. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the X marks the spot and get my clue boxes. And then all I have left is the quest itself for the Under the Mountain. Where are we at now? I literally just paused and then unpaused because I figured I would show you guys. Hello there, I brought you your fancy box. You can have the fancy box. Blah 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 blah. Okay, no longer dying. What you get is 1 quest point, which brings me to 16, 200 coins, and where do we get clue boxes, which is the main thing, and be in a clue box. Cool. Okay. Let's look at this clue. What do we got? Oh, it's outside the barrack east mine, which is north, south, east, west. I won't be going next to that, so I'm just gonna drop it. Yoink. And look, a lamp. Destroy. Yeah. And look, I didn't gain nothing. So yeah. Time to do the Under the Mountain quest. And so we do that, we're gonna go talk to this lady standing up there by the mountain. Yay! Well, here we are. We've arrived at the end of the quest. I haven't actually finished the quest yet because I want to let you guys see if I die and lose my hardcore status and then have to start the account over again. Also, I guess I'll also be showing you guys how to do the no combat method, I guess, if anybody wants to be a skiller. So, without further ado, we shall press spacebar and not care. Spacebar is my friend, unlike these jerks. So what I'm gonna be doing is when that golem pops up, we have to mine those 4 pillars. I think there's a safe spot on like 2 of them. On that he's gonna mess my shit up. So I gotta kinda hope I don't die. That's why I got the lines. Probably shouldn't swear on YouTube. Not very family friendly. I'll work on that. So run over here and mine. Oh look, he's safe spotted. That was convenient. Nope, I should probably put my run on. Oh, and I died. So apparently he hit 7. I guess I will restart the account and be back when I get to the same spot. Oh yeah. Alrighty, here I am, totally back with a different account. Back to where we left off. Time to go fight the big rock golem, yay. Let's not get one banged, so he hits a 7, got it. We safe spot this spot again. Okay. So we're able to safe spot that. Got my run on this time. That was my first mistake. I get that before he bonks me. Let's see if I can get him in the safe spot. No. Quick. Okay, got that one. Let's see, kind of leave him down here, and then nope. Oh, I did get that one. Okay, quick. Get it. Get it. Come on. Come on. Nice. So, that will be the quest. We're going to talk to the encountered dwarf, and I'll be back once I'm inside. Alrighty, so here we shall wrap up the prequel to the series. I have decided to call it Camboozled, so I'll be changing my character's name to Camboozled here when I can. So don't steal my name, that'd be rude of you. Here's the stats we're ending on. As you can see, we just got the 10 mining and the 3 crafting from the quest, but we didn't get anything else extra. All the other stuff is just from Tutorial Island. I think, yep. As you can see, I have nothing on me. The quest we did, Below Ice Mountain, Ernest Chicken, Goblin Diplomacy, Romeo and Juliet, and X marks the spot. Go to the little bank chest here. The only thing we have is the mine top and mine boots, and everything else has been dropped, as you can see from that little line of stuffs there. So, like I said, that is where we will end off our episode of Camboozled. Join us on episode, I guess will be 1, where we will explore our chunk and see what all we can do. Thanks, bye. Probably try to have a little bit of flavor. Thanks, bye.